Hello, welcome to day 10, and before we join these two together we're just going to change the shape slightly. I want to make them into a bit more of a carrot shape, so I'm going to pull off a small amount of wool, sticking with the grey, and I'm just going to wrap one half of each sausage up to make one end a little bit thicker. So I'm going to do this in a few layers. I always find it easy to do it in stages. Gives me better control over the size. So get that first layer on. Doesn't look like it's too much difference, but there is starting to build up just that end. And I'll put a little bit more on, and I'll keep adding thin layers until I'm happy with the shape. So just going into fast forward. So just do the same, just keep adding on small amounts, building up that shape slowly just on that one half. And I'm pretty happy with the size of it here. So you can see it's not a huge change, it's a subtle kind of increase of size just on that one side. Looks like a little bit like a baby carrot. And we're going to do exactly the same with this bit. So you're going to get the smaller one, and just as before, getting small amounts of wool and wrapping around just half of it as we build the size up to make that into a carrot shape too. So there you go, it's just quite a subtle change of just being a bit thicker at one end. So now we're going to grab the bigger one again and we're going to fold it in half. So you just squish it in the middle and fold it round on itself. And if you hold it in that position as you felt, it will stay in that position after a little while. So I'm poking a little bit through from one side to the other to tangle the fibres up. But even if I don't do that, if I hold it in a position and felt for long enough, that will stay curled over. And then this is ready when it holds its shape. Now that bent sausage has got the wider part at the bottom and the thinner part of the sausage at the top. And the smaller sausage is going to attach on the top of that with the fat end of the sausage fitting on this way around. So that fat bit goes onto the thin bit of the sausage below, if that makes sense. And you're just going to felt through one shape to the other. So that's on roughly, and we're now just going to spend a bit of time just strengthening up that connection between the two. And in the same way that we connected those balls onto the bed earlier, we're just going to strengthen that join a tiny bit more by just adding a little bit of wool just between the shapes. So not too much at all, because we don't want to change the shape that we've created. We just want to just fill those little gaps in like a little sticking plaster over the top. That would just make sure it's all bound together and also just tidies up that join. So there we are, looks good. Now on the end of the smallest sausage that we added on the top, this end here, so we need to firm that up a little bit. So we're going to be adding a bit of detail soon on there, and I just want it a nice firm surface to work on. And then you're done. See you tomorrow.